My name is Ankit from MolBiolect. Today I am back again with a new video, which is basically recombinant antibody to fight against COVID-19. This paper was published on Nature Journal recently, and I thought that it would be a good point to bring it up today. Although I said that I will not make a video today, but I think it's a good paper, so I had to force myself. So before going on into the video, please subscribe to my channel because it helps me to make even more videos of this kind to help you guys to understand different concepts very easily. So without any delay, let's start with the video. Okay, so first we have to know what is ACE2 receptor. So the ACE2 receptors are basically the target for the virus, that is the SARS-CoV-2 I am talking about. So this ACE2 is a carboxypeptidase that potently degrades angiotensin 2 to angiotensin 1 to 7. Okay, and this angiotensin is basically associated with the RAS pathway, and this RAS pathway is very much important in your cell, in your body actually, for different kind of signaling and also for different kind of chemical production, which also further helps in signaling of different kind of bodily effects, bodily purposes. I have already made a different video about this RAS pathway and ACE2 in my channel, so you can watch that if you need further explanation for this. So let's start with the production of the recombinant antibodies first. Let's see how it is produced first. So the production starts with a plasmid, and this is not ordinary plasmid, but this plasmid contains IgG1 gene, and this gene is particularly of the Fc region of the IgG. Okay, the IgG1 Fc region is present over here, along with ACE2. The ACE2 of the human origin is also present in this whole plasmid over here, and this plasmid is put into a vector pcDNA 3.4 vector, and it is expressed using the freestyle 293 expression system. It's just basically in case of microbiology, you are expressing different kind of plasmids in different E. coli cells or something like that. In there, it is similar thing is happening over here. So after expressing, what we get is protein, and those proteins are purified using proteinase efferose purification from other cellular debris and different kind of other stuffs. So what we are left with is that these kind of protein structures, these protein are basically, the first part over here is the ACE2 receptor, which is a human origin ACE2 receptor, and along that it is tagged with the IgG1 Fc region, which is also of human origin. So with the help of disulfide linkages in solution, they will actually dimerize over in this point, and they will produce the structure which we are waiting for to see, and it is the ACE2 receptors along with the Fc region of the IgG1 antibody, okay, of the human origin. So these ACE2 receptors are present in the binding arm of the antibody, because we know that in case of normal antibody, these parts are known as the binding arm. The different kind of antigen, if you say that my laser light over here is an antigen, it will bind to this part of the antibody, but over here the LED light is a virus, and it binds to this not LED, laser light is a virus, it will bind to this ACE2 receptor over here. So this ACE2 receptor and the Fc together, it is known as a recombinant antibody, because it is recombined with a cellular receptor. That's the essence behind the recombinant antibody term. In the paper which is published in Nature Journal, they did a second purification, and this purification was done with the anti-human Fc antibody. So this antibody which they used for purification of the mother antibody over here is another antibody which is against the Fc part of this antibody. Okay, and also it was a polyvalent antibody. Okay, so basically this antibody bounded to this antibody, helped in precipitation of these antibodies, and used to purify the antibodies further from different kind of other junk materials in the cell culture. Okay, now these were tested using against the CoV-RBD. So CoV is basically SARS-CoV-2 receptor binding domain, so basically the spike protein of the virus. Okay, so what was done is that they studied the monovalent binding study. Okay, and this monovalent binding study is done with something known as the SPR, and this SPR is known as the surface plasmon resonance. So if you want a video about surface plasmon resonance, I can make it, but for now I will just say that basically in this kind of systems, if there is a surface, the light will strike at a particular point over here. I will draw it for better understanding. Suppose this is a surface, a light will strike at a particular angle, sorry my hands are shaking, particular angle, and it will be reflected back. Okay, so this is not the critical angle because the light is over striking over here, is getting back. At a particular angle, when the antibodies over here will bind to another binding material, which can be a different antibody, this FC, the critical angle, will change significantly, and that is used in surface plasmon resonance studies. The plasmons are basically these antibodies we are talking about, which is present in the surface, and this surface is over here, this line I have drawn. Okay, it's just simplified. There is a lot of things that is goes into surface plasmon resonance. So if you want a video, I will make on it. Definitely, you have to comment down below for that, and also subscribe my channel. Yay! Now let's talk about the effectivity, because the COV-RBDs, the effectivity is very much important. So this effectivity was done using the pseudovirus neutralization assay. So what is this PSV assay? Is that in this we need a retrovirus, and this retrovirus is programmed in such a way that it can take spike protein from different other viral cells. Okay, so what happened is that these PSVs were indulged to take spike proteins from the SARS-CoV-2, so that these PSVs, pseudoviruses, now have the spike protein from the SARS-CoV-2. And now in control, what they did was that this virus could effectively bind to the ACE2 receptor. These are the ACE2 receptors of the human cell. Those human cells are actually 293 T cells in case of their experiment. They could bind over here and they can enter. And these part over here, let me focus first. Over here, these parts I am talking about, this blue part is the luciferase enzyme, so, or gene. So what happens is that whenever this pseudovirus retrovirus over here, it binds to the human ACE2 receptor, it enters a cell, the luciferase here will be expressed. Okay, and in the experiment, this was the control, and the experiment what they did was that the pseudovirus was there, but along with the pseudovirus, they included the RACE2, the RACE2, not RACE2 the cinema I am talking about, the RACE2 or the recombinant antibody, which is ACE2 bounded, which is added into the mixture. This RACE2 binded on itself onto this spike protein, such that these are the spike proteins over here and these are the ACE2 molecules. Okay, and when they bound to each other, there was no binding, and thus the cells couldn't bind, the viral cells couldn't bind to the human cells, and such the luciferase gene was not expressed inside the human cell. Thus there was no observation for any kind of luminescence, and thus this proved that so RACE2 is very much effective in neutralizing this kind of SARS-CoV-2 viruses, and thus this gives us a very promising result in this kind of cases. Also, for your information, these all studies were done in biosafety level 2 labs. So the study was designed in such a good way that they can utilize the less resources and also make a good paper out of it. So this recombinant IG to fight COVID-19 is a very good method they have described in Nature journal, and I think many researchers are now going on in this process so that we can manufacture this kind of antibodies and we can effectively treat patients or or make important guesses out of this study. So let's see what happens. So if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel, please like this video, and also if you please share this video with many friends and professors and researchers, colleagues, anyone. Please share this video. It will give immense pleasure to me to reach them, and also it will give immense motivation to me if you subscribe to make more this kind of videos which are informative in nature. As far as I can say, I think these are informative for you guys. If you want any kind of other additional stuffs in this channel, so you can please comment down below, but your subscription is must because it gives me motivation to make more awesome videos on bioscience. So stay happy, stay at home, keep yourself safe, and if you are going out, take adequate protection. Mall Biolect is out. Please subscribe. Bye.